And let's welcome in Wish TV medical expert and former Surgeon General, Dr. Jerome Adams, to talk about this. Doc, good to see you. You heard that number on child vaccines in the first few days. Your reaction?
Well, my reaction is this is just fantastic. I think many of you have heard me say this before. I've got an 11-year-old, and she's getting her first vaccination tomorrow. We know that for traditional vaccinations, this 5 to 11-year-old age group usually is the highest vaccination rate amongst all other ages. We also know that Indiana is in the bottom third of all states for overall vaccination. So we're really hoping that this group and the excitement that you see out there can help push up our vaccination rates as we go into the holiday season, into the winter months. And kudos to the Indiana State Department of Health, because they actually got vaccinations available for people here in Indiana earlier than most other states. So it gave us a little bit of a head start.
You also heard the news about the White House talking about vaccine clinics and passing on information at schools. Do you like that idea?
Great idea. We want to get information to people whenever and wherever we can. I always say to people, it's okay to have questions. We want to make sure you can get your questions answered by a reputable source. So the more we can get the facts about the vax out there, the more parents can make an informed choice for their families.
So the big talk at the end of last week anyway, and throughout the weekend, was details of the new vaccine mandate from the federal government, as you very well know. Will it help get people, in your opinion, vaccinated, or maybe increase the opposition to it?
Well, that's a great question, Phil, and we already see that the state of Indiana is filing a lawsuit against the Biden administration. Here's where I am on these mandates. It's all about how you frame them and how you implement them. It's really not a mandate. They're not going to hold you down and force you to get vaccinated. For employers, it's either get vaccinated or frequent testing. So people do have a choice. And the more we frame it that way, that you have a choice, we want to be able to create a safe environment. I think the more people will accept it. I also think it has to come with a healthy dose of education and engagement. We can't just tell people we're going to bully you into doing something. We want people to do it because they believe it's the right thing for them, their family, and their workplace. And the places that have done that, like Purdue University, have been able to get incredibly high vaccination rates without going to a mandate right off the bat. I think we can do it. We've got to do it with compassion.
Yeah. Let's talk quickly, if you don't mind, sir, about masks in schools. As you very well know, Westfield today dropping their mask requirement in classrooms. Other districts also considering the same move. Is it safe to remove those mandates, or maybe a little bit too early, in your opinion?
Well, from what I've heard about the Westfield situation, they're trying to make it data-driven. I usually want to respect local control. Here's the thing. Honestly, I think it's too early. We're going into the winter season. That's bad for COVID. We're going into the holiday season. That's bad for COVID. And in Indiana, we're starting to see case rates level off and go back up after dropping for about a month and a half. So what I've advised schools that have reached out to me to do is to just hold on through the holidays. If we can get through Christmas, then we can go back to school in the new year, hopefully without masks and a much better environment. But we've got to stop reacting to this virus, waiting for it to overtake us and then reacting, and be more proactive. And right now, the signs tell us that we should be holding on to these mitigation measures a bit longer until we can be sure we're turning things around.
Doctor, you know as very well as I do, I have small kids at home. I talk to a lot of parents. They're going to see this and they're going to say, hey, wait a minute. When you're talking about vaccines and masks on the little ones, specifically this 5 to 11-year-old age range, why should I, as the parent, be as concerned as maybe a parent of an older child or an adult when the numbers kind of don't match in the sense that,
question.
Right. So what is your response to them?
It's a great question. And here's what I say to them. I say, look, the risk of your child dying is low, and we shouldn't try to scare people into thinking your child is going to die. But your child can spread disease to other people within your family. Your child can be sent home to quarantine. I've heard from multiple people in the last few days about their child having to quarantine. There are real social benefits to your child being vaccinated, and that's why my 11-year-old actually has begged us to get her vaccinated so that she can stay in school, she can be with her friends.
One last question before I let you go. I know you're a football fan. Your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, my. Well, as a Colts fan, I will tell you that I'm glad that most of the Colts are vaccinated, because what you saw is that there's a real competitive advantage to being vaccinated. The Packers, they likely would have won that game on Sunday had Aaron Rodgers played. He was out because he tested positive for COVID. So, again, social benefits to being vaccinated. It's not all about dying. Some people have long haul symptoms, but it is going to make your life easier if you get vaccinated. That's why I hope more people get the vax, and for them and their children now, I hope they choose to get the vax.
Yeah, it didn't help that he lied about it as well. Dr. Adams, always good to see you on a Monday. Thank you for taking some time, sir.
Thank you, Phil.